Buddy, Eric Swanson here with Duraburb in Orange County, Central Florida, where, of course, you know, we bring you Duramax powered GM SUVs. Well, today we wanted to take a minute to go over some of the performance options that are available to you when you're having your SUV built here at Duraburb. We offer 5 different levels of performance. This one is actually becoming quite popular. This is our Stage 4 package. So the different packages that we offer include things from a single tune in a Stage 1 and a cold air induction system like the S&B system you see right here with a cleanable filter, and that gives you a 40 horsepower bump and about 40 foot-pounds. So it moves the Duramax from 365 to 400 horsepower, and it moves the torque from 660 to 700. Now, the next step up would be a Stage 2 package, which would include, again, the S&B cold air induction, but in addition, in Stage 2, you would receive the 4-inch exhaust with the 5-inch stainless exhaust tip that's typical on the trucks. And then on the dash, you will receive the DSP-5, which typically is mounted right here on this platform. And the nice thing about this is having 5 different tunes, you can switch them on the fly while you're driving down the road. So you have a stock mode, you have a heavyweight tow for anything over 7,500 pounds, you have a lightweight tow for anything under 7,500 pounds, and then you have a sport economy, which is a pretty aggressive tune, but it doesn't have any overfueling in it. And then number 5, you have full-on race. Ironically enough, so long as you're a conservative driver, race mode will net you the best fuel economy. So, and that moves your Duramax up yet another 50 horsepower and bumps it to 450 horsepower, 750 foot-pounds. Stage 3 is a little bit more aggressive. It is what the folks at Duramax Tuner call the max effort tune, and that's when we take the Duramax and we squeeze everything out of it we can get. Those tunes are 500 horsepower, so it sounds like not a big bump, only 50 horsepower, but from tunes 3, 4, and 5, they do not use torque limiting. So we basically let it run. And so you end up with 2 foot-pounds of torque for every horsepower. So now this motor would be at 500 horsepower, 1,000 foot-pounds. Now that's from 750 to 1,000, that's a pretty substantial jump. Then those improvements include, of course, the S&B cold air induction, the 4-inch exhaust that we saw before. We also add this Banks hot side pipe to lower the EGTs. And then you have your DSP-5 tuning. But to put 1,000 foot-pounds through the Allison, we also pull the torque converter. We go to a billet torque converter and a Transgo Junior shift kit to raise the line pressure to handle the extra torque. So that makes for a real snappy ride. But this has become a really popular move on a lot of people's step to going to a diesel Suburban. And that is, while you can't really tell, let me see if I can get a shot of it. I can't. The turbocharger that's stuck down in there is actually Duramax Tuner's Stealth 64. Now the Stealth 64 will move 50% more air through your Duramax. What that means is when you accompany it, and a simple upgrade to the transmission is not sufficient for this, so you'll be moving over to a Suncoast version of the Allison 1000. Suncoast retools the Allison to, they also add their triple disc billet converter, and of course all the clutches and steels for higher horsepower. And then you'll also notice we have a 165 lift pump over here from FASS. So that gets us the extra fuel to the CP3 pump, and the transmission from Suncoast can handle 750, 1500, so we're well within the safety requirements. And then, of course, you also go over to the 11.5-inch rear differential. So those improvements push you to 600 horsepower, 1,200 foot-pounds. So this SUV that you're looking at is a stage 4 that pounds down 1,200 foot-pounds of torque. What does that mean? Well, on a performance level, what it means is the truck does not catch traction until it hits 4th gear. And if it's still losing traction in 4th gear, you have to get out of it and then get back on it, because you'll lose control of the truck. The last step to go would be the 725 horsepower package, which includes compound turbos and an even more aggressive fueling system, different injectors. We're going to move over to 60 over injectors, and that turns the vehicle into just an absolute powerhouse. But of course, some of the other amenities that you could take advantage of is things like non-performance related. We offer the AutoTrack 4-wheel drive system. You can retain your stability management system. So when we get in and fire these trucks up, everything simply works, and it works correctly. So when we go over and override the stability management, you can turn traction control on and off. You can turn stability off as well. The integration is the same as with all of our diesel SUVs. You keep all your creature comforts. You sacrifice nothing, but you gain horsepower, torque, fuel economy, drivability. This is another feature that we're seeing a lot of people moving to too. It's really nice because there are some gauges that just aren't present on your dashboard. So you get to know whether or not your torque converter is locked. This is a CTS2. It'll also give you information about, what your requested rail pressure is, what your actual is, what your boost is, how much load, what your exhaust gas temperatures are. So this is a really nice little device, and they're around $500. So it gives you all the extra gauges that you just don't have down here. So if you're looking for an SUV that can pull anything you put behind it, and have the performance of a Corvette, and have the fuel economy of a mid-size family car, here you go, a Duramax Suburban. So if you're interested, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at Duraburb. We'll be happy to talk to you. And thanks for taking time to watch our video. Have a wonderful day.